So project statement is for whom and why. Let's see why. It is for as I was reading here. It is for a common. I mean, the main important idea about a project statement is to ensure a common understanding of the project scope among all the stakeholders. So if I have a project that I'm running and it's so complicated that the idea is that this is like the no, that thing that we put up in the table, the schedules, timetables. Okay, at this date, I have to deliver this, deadlines and all this thing. So that whenever we get lost, we look at the overall, plan, and we keep on track. Like, what are we trying to achieve? When are we trying to achieve this? So the project scope statement is to keep people in track. Because unlike some projects, even in small projects like website development, we have to we get lost. I mean, in the beginning we have an idea, in the middle we are just stressed out. This is not working, that's not working. Okay, let's try this. Let's try different language. Let's try JavaScript. Let's try Python. WordPress, or without WordPress, make it with a plugin, or make it without a plugin. All this kind of thing. We seem to get lost. So at that moment, if we have something in front of us that, okay, I mean, we don't really care how we are achieving this. This is a very common thing in across every field. Especially, I know right now I'm doing programming principles, and they have a concept called something called pseudocode. Okay, so for me, I find they're very similar: code statement and pseudocode. So what is pseudocode doing? Pseudocode is telling me what a program will do, or what a function, what the whole program or software will do, right? In the beginning, like, the program will do this and this and this, and it will simply state some. Although pseudocode goes a little bit more detail, that it tells you how it can do, but it doesn't go any more detail. Like, um, it tries to stay general. That is the important of it. A scope statement or a pseudocode is trying basically that what is this project achieving. Okay, and it tries to explain, because there's a lot of people involved. In my case, let's say when I'm making a website, there's not a lot of people involved. It's just me and my client. But when it's a big project, let's say the Perth government trying to upgrade all the lights into smart lights, right, just so that it can be more efficient. Now, this is a huge project. It will go into $1 billion, and it's not obviously done by just one person, and like an engineer and a client. No, engineers, not just engineers, team of managers with high level, team managers in one particular suburb, and a team manager in another particular suburb. So these people, these are all doing one common thing, but small different parts. And here things can get complicated. Here, and managers get sacked. Maybe one manager did a little bit, and he's sacked, or he's fired, or he's arrested. Another new manager comes in. So how do you carry on when this guy goes out, another guy comes in? We look at the project scope statement and look at it. What is this project? What is this part of this thing doing? How this will benefit the government? Like, a new CEO comes in, somebody comes in, like, why are we investing this much money here? He has to always evaluate that is this even what you can say? Is it worth investing our efforts and all these things? So he looks at the project statement, and project scope statement. I think we have to also tell the purpose and justification of the project. Although in my assignment I'm not going to do that, but here it's saying that the purpose and justification. Here we tell, because this is for anybody, like anybody, another new CEO comes in and he wants to see he's in the middle of the project. He wants to see what's happening, why are we doing this. So he has to understand that the project right now that is being carried out is beneficial, or say it will improve the business, and how it will improve the business, he has to know it, because he has to clearly know that, okay, there is some benefit, there is some profit here. Okay, and how this better business performance. So any new guy who comes in, who opens a notebook, let's say, who opens a notebook and he wants to say that, why am I doing this? And should I just throw it? Why shouldn't I throw this notebook away and make a new one myself, right? Make a new one. So he looks at it, he looks at the notebook, and he sees that, okay, there is this much invested. Fine. Oh my God, this is so much investment, man. I'm like, I can't take it. It's very difficult to digest that this much $100,000 in this. But wait, it's giving me $500,000 in return, or it's doing this much benefit. Although I think I might just write a project scope statement for each of the functions that I have, and what are other things. This is pretty important. High level project requirements, which means a project requirement is that, like, for example, for a website, it's going to be, we'll say that, in a more general way, that our website should do this, but we'll not go in much detail how it will do this, what are the things we'll know. So that's what the word high level means. High level means that I don't break down too much, I don't go into too much detail. I try to give a little bit high level idea, overview of some of the main functions of the project. In a website, let's say in my website, where I just worked with one of my friend about a solar energy management system. Well, so let's say for that, the high level project management requirements was that it converts it with what it's a smart management system. So it monitors, I'll tell you one of the stuff. It monitors the energy level, and every time, and based on the that was point one. Point two, based on the monitor level, it will switch. It will turn on and off the prioritized devices. Point two. Point three, the current power usage and the previous power usage should be displayed to users. The user should know it somehow, either it's by a website or app, or somehow it should show a nice graph. Or like, in graph is one of the option. I'm not this is low level. When I say graph is low level, when I stay in high level, it should be able to display to the user what is the current energy consumptions so far, energy consumption so far, right now, energy consumptions right now, battery energy level, that's what it is. So I think that was a little bit idea, and then we move on to something called boundaries. I think what we here, I'm not gonna write boundaries, because in my case I have something called, I think boundaries, something called project out of statement, that I write that this is not about me. So look at this. So boundary is basically telling us what should be included and what should not be included. Okay, right? So basically that's boundary, that I'm making an energy management system that just detects current level, energy level, but I do not make the device that converts the solar energy. So in my boundary, I will say that I will buy, I will be provided, I'll need to be provided with a controller, okay, as was in my project, that converts solar energy and stores it at battery charge. This is not part of my project. It's not part of my scope. My scope is to know, to just derive how much energy is right now in the controller. I don't make the controller, in the controller, and make a system that interfaces this battery with our devices, home devices, and this system is smart. So this is the new addition here. This is the part of the project we're doing. We're not doing something else. There we go. So that was boundary. Strategy, I don't know what's the point of strategy. Strategy is probably how we plan to carry out this. Let's just go to the strategy. This section should describe strategy that project team will use in executing describe the strategy in using execute. But this I mean, as far as I understand, this strategy comes false in something like here. Project charter, I think it's not in project charter. It's here, work breakdown structure. This is where the strategy falls in. Here I write for the scope statement. I write what we want to implement, and strategy is that how we plan to implement. Basically, that's a strategy. Strategy is like, I think it's involved the time, I guess. Developers. Wow. So this is not this. Wow. No, wait. There's something else here. Project will leverage the expertise of several database developers from the Acme consultation group. These experts will be in matrix support. They will be project manager and other team members. It falls in the high level requirements, right? So, okay, look at this thing. This strategy and high level requirements is something I explained right together, but these people have separated it. What it means that in project scope statement, I don't write how I'm doing this. I'm just trying to write, let's say, let's go back to my Modern Warfare thing, where I just said that my requirement is that all the electronic records be saved, and it's accessible to all the doctors. The patients are treated remotely. That's one of the requirements. I can say patients are interacted remotely. That's one of the thing. So these are some of the high level requirements. So and also there should be the patient should not the patient you can say the staff are secure. The staffs are kept secure, made to stay secured by staying. So these are some of the high level requirements, and then in the strategy I tell that the interactions that we say, the high level requirements, which what it is, database, electronic records has to be there. Each patient should be should be able to be accessed remotely by different doctors. I say that implement. Let's say the project team will leverage the expertise of several database developers from the this is how we write the strategy, that we will hire several database developers and database developers and contact with data companies that will serve the equipments of the databases of servers to be installed, and some database developers to create databases for all the things, and members the developers also a little bit of a role of what the developers will do. Developers should help us the managers. Developers should sit with the managers and the staffs to understand what we need technical design, and they should just do the coding, server configuration, testing, conversion, deployment completely. Regimen will ensure that IT experts incorporate all input from the stock method. Yeah, of course. I mean, this is a very general statement. So that's pretty much it. So for us, we have three things. We have the database thing and the remote system thing. I don't know about that. I think we'll just talk about the wireless database, wireless facility. If I just copy this, guys. I think carrying with the next one.